We'll stop by the hospital on the way back, get you an MRI. Yeah, funny guy. Look, I had every intention of making court on the Friday. But you didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember. It's a long drive in this weather, Tommy. You can tell me on the way. Yeah, well, you just make sure you have the tape running. The deputies helped put him in the car, and they were on the road a minute later. Tommy safe and back behind the mesh, Karen driving, Cohen up front beside her. He liked times like these, riding shotgun when he was actually holding a shotgun. He had a Glock 40 caliber on his hip as well, a Smith & Wesson Airweight .38 caliber on his ankle. Tommy had done time for possession and assault. Not exactly a ray of sunshine, not exactly an easy character to deal with either. His tactic was to come on friendly, get you close enough to spit or scratch. Cohen had learned that the hard way. Karen got them onto 502 heading east, the cloudscape dark and quilted, snow still falling. The air, crack your teeth cold. There wasn't much traffic. One car behind them, a quarter-mile back, mostly heavy freight coming the other way. Truck headlights a soft yellow in the gray distance, like ghosts sweeping through the dim morning. Tommy leaned forward, put his mouth to the screen. Where are we going, anyway? Cohen said. You got one night's free accommodation at Santa Fe Correctional, and then you've got court in the morning, apparently. Who knows after that? You might be back in the pen. Tommy was quiet a while, looking out his window and tapping one foot. And then he said, Hey, if I tell you something, are you actually going to listen, or are you just going to sit there daydreaming? Cohen looked at him in the mirror. The trick was to avoid turning around, lest you get a face full of spit. Tommy was about 35, bald on top, with a thin curtain of hair just hanging on around his ears. Not a healthy look. And the scabs from his meth cravings didn't help. Cohen said, I might tune in if you've got something good to say. He settled low in his seat, the shotgun upright between his knees, looked at Karen. What about you? She'd been with Army CID in North Carolina before joining the Marshals, and Cohen didn't imagine folks got too far in the military police by being tolerant of tall stories. She said, I think I'll probably just zone out. Tommy said, Well, Christ's sake. Cohen said, Tommy, far be it from me to impinge on your First Amendment rights. You feel free to talk as much as you like, but I can't guarantee we'll be taking anything on board. Tommy slumped back, let his breath out. Look, honestly, I'm not shitting you. I don't remember anything since Thursday. It's blank all the way through. The last thing I remember, I was thinking, man, I got court tomorrow, and then wham! Cohen looked out his window. Snow-draped mountains at the end of the snow-draped plain, the gray sky bearing down on them, closing up like a drawstring bag. It looked more sinister out here, seeing the spread of the terrain, nothing safe from the elements. He said, Where'd you get the car? I don't know, that's the point. I woke up, it was kind of like, hey, presto, you know? Cohen said, I'm just trying to figure out why you'd be stupid enough to skip court, knowing you'd then have us pick you up. Yeah, but you didn't. Sheriffs did. And sheriffs called me, so it still counts. Whatever. Look, it's all a blank. There should be some good faith thing, like if you actually plan to go to court, then they kind of take that into account. Cohen said, Put it in the suggestion box. What were you doing at the post office anyway? If I knew, I'd tell you. Probably mailing you a Christmas card. No, probably sending you a great big fucking present. That'll be it. Cohen didn't answer. Hey, you don't believe me? Whatever. I'm used to being treated like shit, so this is an upgrade. Cohen didn't answer. But you know what's funny? I've been Tommy my whole life, always Tommy. But as soon as I get picked up, go inside, suddenly I'm Tommy Lee Warren. You know how they always use your full name? Tommy Lee Warren, like some fancy title, like you're more important or something. But they still don't give a shit what you say, even if every word's the truth. When the car hit them, they were doing close to 60. A hard nudge from behind to the rear left quarter panel that sent them fishtailing. Cohen's head snapped forward with the jolt. He grabbed the dash, glimpsed headlights in his side mirror as he came.